Alright, hey there everyone, RobsidianX here, and welcome to tonight's stream as we continue on the celebration of Sonic's 35th anniversary, and we are moving on to the next game on our to-do list, with that being Sonic the Hedgehog CD. So technically, ideally you would think Sonic the Hedgehog 2 would be next, but yes, in a way you're right, but in a way not so much, because the way the timeline works, this game actually takes place right smack dab in between Sonic 1 and Sonic 2, so gotta cover our bases here, you know? Only makes sense. Only makes sense. But it is definitely going to be a very unique adventure because this game really plays a lot differently, you know? So, I mean, like, it still has the more fundamental Sonic gameplay, but it'll go ahead and throw in its own little twists and turns and all that stuff to kind of shake things up. And plus, this also wasn't even developed by the original team, just one of the original programmers over in Japan with his own team, while at the same time Sonic 2 was being made over here in the US. So yeah, they were both kind of made at the same time, but Sonic 2 got out first despite all of its developmental issues, and that's not the first time these things will come up. But regardless, though, we're going to have a pretty easy night nonetheless. I meant to start a little bit earlier, but yeah, I had some issues getting everything set up so I could even be able to stream this game at all, so I had to deal with a few settings to make sure it all worked right. So yeah, it took a bit to get reworked, but luckily we got it going now. That's all that matters, so we're pretty much going to be set for tonight. But other than that, hopefully you all are having a pretty good evening so far, although then again, when I say this, it's almost 3 in the morning, so yeah, meant to start this at around 2. Honestly, wanted to start at about 1:30, but that didn't happen, so I figured I would go ahead and try and shoot for 2 o'clock to try and stick to my usual time of at least starting the streams at late night at that point. But again, I had these issues to where I had some audio issues with the game, and that needed to get ironed out first. Otherwise, I wasn't streaming at all, so. But hey, you know what? We got through it. Everything's fixed. We're here now, and we're just going to kick back and have a nice, smooth adventure as we rush on through Sonic the Hedgehog CD. And once again, hopefully you all are having a pretty good night, or in some cases, a pretty good day, depending on where you live. So regardless, I hope the best for you, and hopefully things will go right for me this month, because I already know I've got plenty of issues to deal with on top of trying to get this stuff taken care of. So oh yeah, adulting sucks. But again, I do not foresee us taking too terribly long on this game. Not so much. Not so much. Even though, granted, it is a game that I haven't put a whole lot of time into as I have the other games, mainly due to account on the game's scarcity back in the early 90s and all that stuff. I've still adapted and pretty much got this game down pat just as much as I have the other ones, and surprisingly, in a much shorter time, so you know, I'll take that. I will take that. Alright, but let me go ahead and see how things are set up right now. Okay, it looks like we're pretty much all good on that end. Okay, got that fixed up there. But yeah, I do not foresee this being too terribly long of a stream. If anything, maybe an hour and a half. I don't know. 2 hours would be kind of pushing it, but nonetheless, we'll be fine. we'll be fine. This is not my first rodeo with this game, so I think we will be fine. But again, hopefully, if things go well, this upcoming weekend, we should be able to go ahead and tackle Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and the first part of Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles. So, at least with those will be more for the evening and not as late as what this is being done right now. So, at least that's the good thing. Again, I've got a full-time job. It requires me to be on second shift, so my hours are just really shot to hell and back. So, I'm trying to make the most of what I've got, so what can I say? And honestly, I really hate having to resort to putting games that I enjoy here in the graveyard shift, as I put it. But, you know, I think as soon as I get more established and caught up in some areas, I'll have some throwaway streams to where I can go ahead and fill in for these late night hours. That way I can save the real good stuff for the weekends. Although, then again, granted, there may be some issues to where if I feel like I want to get enough done, then I may go ahead and relent and do that. So, being a streamer and a content creator is not easy. There's just so many different factors that go into planning things, you know? I mean, okay, granted, not so much planning, but I mean, with me, I tend to overthink a lot, so I can't help it. It's in my nature. I've literally got to try and map everything out and keep myself to a schedule. And then 8 times out of 10, I'm like, okay, well, screw the schedule. I just want to go ahead and do what I want to do and just get this done. So, I've really got to be better on that stuff. I really do. I really do. But yeah, other than that though, this is gonna be a pretty easy stream, all things considered. All things considered. Oh, wait, there we go. I was kind of cut off there a bit. I really do need to get around to getting me a bigger green screen, you know? That way I don't have to worry about having my camera just cut me off from certain parts and all that stuff. And I know it's just something minor, but I don't know, it just really kind of annoys me to a certain degree, so what can I say? What can I say? But other than that, we pretty much have everything all set in stone. I've got everything fired up and ready to go, so let's go ahead and get ready to jump into this, shall we? Because, like, I do want to go ahead and try and spend the last bit of time that I got left awake before I got to go to bed to get up for work, just to go ahead and kind of relax and decompress a bit, even though I did plenty of that today. But still, I kind of want a little bit more freedom to myself before I got to go to work tomorrow. Or, well, today. Again, it's the night shift. It gets you. It just throws your days out of whack, and sometimes you never even know what day it is in some cases. It's a pain, but hey, you know what? Gotta make a living somehow, right? Got to make a living somehow. Alright, so anyway, yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog CD. So, up until about 2005, this was a game not very many people had the chance to play because, Sega reasons. So, Sonic the Hedgehog CD was released for the Sega CD, which was as its name says, a CD add-on that was for the Sega Genesis. Needless to say, that damn thing cost between about, I want to say, $250 to $300. I'm not exactly sure. So, yeah, they wanted you to invest heavily in that hardware and all that stuff. So, yeah, not many people had the money to throw around for that stuff. And if there was ever a reason to own a Sega CD, it's mostly because of Sonic CD. So, like, it is literally one of the hidden gems of the Sega CD itself. So much so that in its later years, I got packed in with the damn thing. So, go figure there. But yeah, because of that, not many people had the chance to play it. It did have a PC release in the middle to late 90s, but as operating systems progressed, the game would just outright refuse to play on like Windows XP and all that stuff. And that really sucked for me because I had a copy of the PC version of the game, but I couldn't play it because we were using XP. Like, I could install it, but it was missing one critical piece that was only available on like Windows 96 or 98, and it just would not play. So I literally had a game just sitting on my computer taunting me, saying, "You can't play me, you can't play me," and it just grated the hell out of me. But luckily, we were able to experience it in a more wider and accessible means when it got re-released as part of the Sonic Gems collection on the Nintendo GameCube and for the PS2 for those in Europe and Japan. So yeah, that collection only had a GameCube release over here in the States, so... But I mean, then again, kind of makes sense because, like, really during the 2000s, Sonic was more prevalent on Nintendo hardware, so I mean, yeah, kind of makes sense. Kind of makes sense. But anyway, as for the story of the game itself, the mysterious little planet appears over Never Lake on the last month of every year, and Sonic decides to go there to take a nice good gander at it. But when he gets there, he finds that the small planet has been encased in a metallic shell and chained to a mountainside bearing the face of Dr. Robotnik himself. And on top of that, newcomer Amy Rose, Sonic's self-proclaimed girlfriend, although he doesn't think that to be the case, also tags along and ends up getting captured by Robotnik's newest creation, Metal Sonic. And the main reason that Robotnik is invading the little planet is because he wants to use it as his base of operations and use the power of the legendary time stones that are hidden on the planet to control time itself. So without wasting any time, Sonic rushes onto the little planet, and thus our journey here begins. So, pretty simple. Again, the plots are slowly increasing a bit, see? Story progression right there. As I said, even starting with the first game, sure, the plot was as basic as you can get. Stop the bad guy, continue on. But here, it's just upping the stakes a little bit more. So, pretty ingenious if I do say so myself. But anyway, let's go ahead and get ready to jump into things, shall we? After all, we are on a bit of a self-imposed time limit tonight, so I do want to try and wrap this up as quickly as possible. So, let's not waste any time and let us begin. Alright, there we go. And of course, one thing to note, I will be playing the Japanese version of the game because the odd thing about Sonic CD is it's got two different soundtracks, one for Japan and Europe and one for the US. So, but worry not though, because eventually I will be coming back to this game and we will be jamming out with the US soundtrack as well. See, I'm getting all of my bases covered. But nonetheless, let us begin. Although, we're not going to start just yet though. We're going to hang on the title screen for a few moments. Because we do have a little something waiting for us as we go ahead and let it scroll on through. It may be pixelated as all hell, but hey, we got a full-blown animated opening cinematic, so you can't really beat that. And on top of that, it was drawn by Toei of all companies, so yeah. And now we can properly begin. Alright, let's get to work. And to do so, we are starting our adventure on Little Planet Off here in Palm Tree Panic Zone. So, we do got two things we need to go over. First off, Sonic still has access to the rolling spin and the rolling jump, but by standing in place, holding up, and using the jump button, he has access to the super peel out. So it's a pretty useful move, but it does leave him a bit wide open. But in addition to that, we also have access to the spin dash. This is what I was referring to back in Sonic 1. So even though it appeared first in Sonic 2, technically from a timeline perspective, it appears here first, although it's not as refined as it is in Sonic 2, but again, it's a bit of a work in progress. And of course, you have all the usual power-ups back as well. Rings, invincibility, which I forgot to mention back in Sonic 1. Speed shoes, shield. Pretty useful stuff. And as for the badniks here, we have Anton, Needlenose, Hoverbee, Moto Beetle, and Crabclaw. But yeah, now we have just witnessed the first main difference of Sonic CD, and that being its intuitive time travel gameplay. So, as you saw, we passed that pass post, and that warped us here to the pass of Palm Tree Panic. So, it's a bit tricky. You need to build up enough speed and maintain it in order to time warp. So, it can be pretty tricky, but if you know what you're doing, there are certain sweet spots that you can use to easily do a time warp, so always be on the lookout for those. Of course, now keep in mind, coming to the pass is entirely optional, but I like doing it because, one, we need to hunt down these Metal Sonic holograms. Doing so will allow the animals to freely jump around the zone. And on top of that, we have the robot generator that we need to find in both Act 1 and 2 of all the zones. Finding a robot generator and destroying it will not only destroy all the badniks, but it'll also make that act a good future. And that is exactly what we want to do. I'll take that. Thank you very much. And time for a time jump. So yeah, while Sonic 1 was somewhat more focused on speed, Sonic CD really incentivized exploration. So yeah, bit of a different can of worms here. And there's Amy Rose. So yeah, Amy makes her first appearance here. Okay, did you get enough of that hug? Good, because I got work to do. And, just like Sonic 1 had 50 rings at the end of Acts 1 and 2, there will be a giant golden ring that will allow us to come here into the Temporal Dimension Special Stage. So, this is where we can go ahead and get our hands on the Time Stones. We have 100 seconds, and you need to destroy 6 UFOs. Pretty easy stuff. Although you do need to watch out because not only do we have traps littered all throughout the race course, but yeah, running into the water will cut your time down significantly. So yeah. Be very careful. Ah, damn, really? It's okay. It's okay. Oh, come on. I was right there. Alright, wait for it. Come on, get over here. Seriously? Oh, well, this sucks. Alright, careful. Okay, we're gonna wait here a second. So when the timer dips below 20 seconds, there will be a blue UFO that will appear. Break that open in order to get more time added onto the clock. And then just hope it'll be enough. Although, granted, it is renewable, so... Okay, there we go. Alright. 1 time stone down, 6 to go. And luckily, keep in mind, you can actually have up until the very end of the game to keep going after time stones. So, already a big improvement over how Sonic 1 handled getting the Chaos Emeralds. And so, ideally, to get the good ending, you can either get all the time stones, or just go for all the robot generators. Entirely your call, but for me, I like doing both in tandem. Because, I mean, after all, we want to go ahead and rid Robotnik's influence of Little Planet. Well, correction, rid Little Planet of Robotnik's influence. That makes more sense. Again, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Forgive me, my, mouth sometimes likes to speak faster than my brain can process words in some cases. And hence, I end up sounding like a complete dumbass, so forgive me there. Alright. But let's keep at it. Let's keep at it. Alright. And so, yeah, as you've also noticed, there are also future posts. So, if we pass one while we are in the past, it'll go ahead and take us back to the present. But if we are in the present, if we don't destroy the robot generator, it'll be a bad future, meaning Robotnik has completely run amok in that zone. But if we destroy it, it'll be a good future, meaning his corruption has been completely purged from the zone itself, and it's all sugar and rainbows. But hey, we're gonna avoid the bad futures at all costs. We want to go for good futures because we want the best for Little Planet. Okay, let's go for another time stone, shall we? There we go. Ah, damn, really? I was so close. Eh, I'll take that. Ooh, I'll take that even more. Okay. Okay, well. That sucked. Ooh, that wasn't good. Okay, let's turn around here. Gotcha! Alright, so far so good. That's another time stone down. And since we made a good future in Acts 1 and 2, then that means Act 3 will automatically be a good future. So if you only manage to get a good future in one act of a zone, then that third act is going to be a bad future. So do keep that in mind. Again, Sonic CD just plays so much differently from all the other games. If anything, it's really a nice change of pace and just kind of forces you to think out of the box. Okay, nothing there. Alright, there we go. Alright, I'll take that. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Alright. And really, Act 3 isn't all that long. It's just really just a short little obstacle course. And now I have our first face-off with Robotnik, and here he's rocking the Egg HVC-001. So it's a walking mech with bumpers for arms, and we can't really do anything to it. But we just gotta wait until he's an idiot and he leaves himself wide open. So yeah, the bosses of Sonic CD are just really more gimmicky than they are hard. So, but you know what? Again, I can kind of appreciate that. But hey, we've destroyed our first flower prison. And now we get ready for some fun because it's time for Collision Chaos Zone. And as for the badniks here, we have Mafio, Lady Bomb, and Mantis. And since we have Amy here, now we actually have Metal Sonic jumping into the fray. So let's go ahead and haul after him. Ooh, I did not want to hit that. So yeah, if you thought Spring Yard Zone was crazy, this place puts it to shame. Okay, that was close. I did not want to go to the future. Because it's filled with so many springs, little glass bumpers. You're just going to be bouncing all over the place. Case in point, right there. Alright, well, there's the robot generator. Alright, I'll take that. And see, here's what I was talking about. A spot to easily abuse to do a instant time jump. You gotta love it. Always look for these sweet spots. They will help out so damn much. Bum 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 bum. Alright, let's bounce over to here. Oh, I didn't mean to literally bounce, okay. Alright, well, there goes the robot generator then. And luckily, the Metal Sonic hologram is not far. Right there. Okay. Let's come on over to here. Ooh, hold on a second. Nope. No, I want it in there, damn it. Okay. Thank you. That's what I wanted. Now, can I get back up there, please? Alright, well, I'll take that. Oh, shoot. No, I didn't want to do that, damn it. Oh, well, it's okay. It's okay. We got what we needed, so that's all that matters. Alright, let's go for another time stone, shall we? If anything, the first 4 Temporal Dimension special stages are pretty easy, but when we get to the 5th one, that's where the fun really comes in. Okay, damn, I'll take that. Ooh, okay, we're off to a good start. Alright, come on. No. There we go. Alright, that's another time stone down. We're doing pretty good. Alright, now for Act 2. Let's see how crazy things get here. Alright, come on. Can I just get over here, please? Thank you. Alright, take care of that mantis. Okay, so let's spin on over to here. Wait. There we go. Alright, take out that Mafio. And let's go for a time jump. Only thing that I hate about time jumping is that if you have a shield on hand, you lose it, and I really hate that. But it's alright though, it's alright. There goes the robot generator. Now I just gotta find the Metal Sonic hologram. Bum 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 bum. I swear, both the OSTs for this game are so damn good. Alright. There's our target. Whoa, okay. No, I do not want to go that way. Can I just please get up here? There we go. Alright, just what I wanted. And just spin on down. Nope, do not want to hit that. Give me these rings just for good measure. Ooh, okay. I'll take this route. I'll take it. Oh, no you don't. Nope, hold it, hold it. And there we go. The only alternate exit in the game. It's literally right above the regular exit. Alright. Now let's go for another time stone, shall we? Once we get this one, then the rest are going to be tricky. Okay, you know what? I'll take that. I'll take that. Alright, that works. Ooh, right on target, right on target. Okay, where's the last one? Gotcha! You love to see it. Alright, 4 time stones down, 3 to go. Our collection is going along pretty smoothly, if I do say so myself. Alright. Now I'll just go ahead and come on over to here. And there's Robotnik just waiting in the corner for us there. And this thing is going to be a bit tricky. I say that and I get screwed over by a bug there for a second. Yeah, the collision detection for this game is pretty crazy. Alright, but now we have the egg tilter, so all we need to do is just make our way up this huge pinball table, which can be easier said than done in some cases. Okay, come on. Oh, no, you don't. Let me up here. Thank you. Alright, you know what? I'll take that. There we go. Alright, and another flower prison down. That actually went off surprisingly well. But you know what? That's behind us now. Next up, Tidal Tempest Zone. But luckily, this is nowhere near as crazy as Labyrinth Zone was. And as for the bandits here, we have Crabclaw, Yanmark, Amenbo, and Crapedo. And of course, everything that I said about Labyrinth Zone applies here. Always be on the lookout for air bubbles. Or the nearest surface of water. That'll also suffice. Alright, let's come down to here. There we go. Okay, get a nice running start. And there we go. Easy time jump. Alright. Now to seek and destroy. I will gladly take that shield. It'll come in handy. Bubble, please. I will not proceed without one. Years of playing this series has taught me that. Alright, bubble, bubble. Thank you. Okay, let's come on up to here. There we go. Yeah, let's get rid of that Crapedo. Yeah, get some air for good luck. Oh, no, you don't. I want to go this way. And there's the robot generator. Let's just go ahead and smack it down. It's nothing but a pile of scrap now. Alright. Now here's where the time stone collecting gets a little bit tricky. Oh boy, I do not like this one coming up here. I do not like this one. I absolutely hate it. But let's see how we fare. Alright, I'll take that. Okay, that's a nice way to start off. Okay, that helps. That greatly helps. Oh, shit. Ooh, that almost sucked. Careful. Alright, I'll take that. I'll take that. Okay, no, we're going to come over to here. And we're going to camp out. Alright, there we go. Oh, do I want to risk it? Oh, that's not good. Okay, there we go. That could have gone badly. But hey, 5 down, 2 to go. We're doing pretty good. We are doing pretty good. Okay, let me come over to here. Grab these. No, I don't want to go this way. I want to go this way. Thank you. All right, good. All right, that's fine. That's fine. What's over here? Okay, I'll take that. Let's get you out of the way. And then we want to come on up to here. And time for an easy time jump. You gotta love these sweet spots. Okay, good. Alright, I'll take those. Alright, down to the water. Oh. Bubble. Thank you. Give me another for good measure. Okay, can I get up here? Almost. Wow, really? Okay, well. Okay, well, I guess I can't get up that way then. Yeah, some of these pathways work depending on what version of the game you're playing. Alright. Alright, and there's the robot generator, so we're all good there. Alright, let's go for another time stone. We've only got 2 more to get, so we're on a roll. So let's see how things go here. And damn, that is seizure-inducing, isn't it? I'll take that. Ah, really? Oh, well, this isn't good. Alright, I'll take that. Alright, so far so good. Alright, where's that one at? Alright. The last one is hiding right over here. Damn! Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Gotcha! Alright. One more time stone to go. And you know what? In case if I screw up on the next one, I still got plenty of chances. So you know what? Best case scenario right now. Best case scenario. Alright, let's come into here. Let me get this shield. Alright, there we go. Alright. And let's come down to here. Hit Robotnik there. And 4 hits will do him in there. But we're not done yet. Because we damaged his Eggmobile, but we still got one last thing to do. So let's come down here, grab this. And now we have the egg bubble. So, yeah, we've literally got to swallow our way through this boss. And the slowdown a bit. So, yeah, Robotnik will go back and forth, and he'll have this shield of bubbles to protect him. And then he'll fire off these projectiles. So, basically, we just need to go ahead and get rid of the bubble shield. Which is weird. You think he would just let Sonic drown, but no. He's basically giving us a somewhat endless supply of air. But you know what? I'll take it. Careful. Ooh, that was close. Ah, damn. Okay, you know what? I'll take that. I'll take that. I will gladly take the iframes helping me out there. There we go. And with that, another flower prison destroyed. Alright, now it's on to my second favorite zone of the game. Welcome to Quartz Quadrant Zone, and as for the bandits here, we have Scorpink, Caterpillar Beta, Kumoga, and Moto Snail. Alright, so yeah, the main gimmick for this zone is the conveyor belts. These are fun to mess with. Alright, careful, careful. There we go. Instant time jump. But we also do need to be on the lookout for falling debris because, yeah, that's never fun. Ooh, okay, that was close. Okay, why the hell did I do that? Careful. Alright, let's come on up to here, and there's the robot generator. Alright, come on. And we'll come down here, and here we have the Metal Sonic hologram. So yeah, things are going along pretty smoothly so far. I'll take those. Okay, that was close. No, I can't be done yet. I need some more rings, and there they are. There we go. Alright. Hey there, Tell. Thanks for dropping in. Hope you're having a good night. And yeah, we're going through Sonic CD. And if we play our cards right, we should hopefully be able to get this last time stone. So let's see. This temporal dimension special stage can be a bit tricky. But you know what? We'll roll the dice and see what happens. Ooh, okay, that was close. Ah, damn, really? I missed that one? Ooh, okay, one more. We're almost there. We are almost there. Careful, careful. No, hold on. I'm gonna come over here. Okay, well, I was gonna camp out, but alright. Ah, damn, I couldn't make it. Nope, I will tackle the remake later on down the road. But nope, this is the Sega CD original. But damn, that run was so good, though. I almost had it. But you know, I figured if there was going to be a special stage that gave me trouble, it was probably going to be that one. But you know what? That's okay. I've got plenty of chances. Alright, easy time warp. Okay, first things first, we need to travel back a bit. And yeah, they were sneaky. The Metal Sonic hologram is right back at the start of the act in the past. Okay. So we've at least got that taken care of. Alright, let's come on up to here. Oh, no you don't. Okay, careful. Alright, we'll come over this way. Okay, hold on. Watch out for the stalagmites. And right into the robot generator we go. So at least that's a good future for this act. Now let's go ahead and book it and try to rectify that mistake. Alright, let's go ahead and give this another try. Let's see what we can do here. But that really sucks, though. I almost had it earlier, too. I was just a few pixels off. Okay, you know what? I'll take that. I'll take that. Oh, damn, that's not good. Okay, okay. Alright, I gotta play it safe. I need to play it safe. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna wait for the blue UFO. But the question is, can I nail it? Barely. Okay, hold on. Turn back around, turn back around. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. All right, I need to be careful. I need to be careful here. Gotcha! Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Those UFOs know how to screw around with you. But we got all 7 time stones, so now good ending guaranteed. And technically, this does mean that all the other remaining robot generators are destroyed, but I'm still gonna go show off where the locations are because we also still need to still take out the Metal Sonic holograms. So why not go that extra mile and just show everything off? And I just love the look of this good future. I really do. Just something about the blue and gold is just... I know, but still, I like being explanative and all that stuff. I can't help it. You know, just in case if anyone wants to do a robot generator only run. It's just in my nature. Okay, let's see if I can't do this right here. Ooh, gotcha. Alright, and now we have the egg conveyor. So all we have to do is just run on the conveyor belt, avoid the little mines that Robotnik drops, and just wear the bottom of the conveyor out. No, just in the ones that I know that I can do. I mean, it's a little bit impossible to do in Stardust Speedway, considering how hectic that one is. But at least the first 5 zones, yeah, I'll go out of my way and try and get all the rings. Alright, careful. Oh, it doesn't. Huh. That's weird. Well, regardless, we sent Robotnik running, and another flower prison destroyed. And really, if anything, I just try and go for as many rings as I can, just to kind of go ahead and head things out, you know? But now on to Wacky Workbench Zone. So that means we are going to be dealing with B-Mace, Hopper, Semikata, and Minnow Grub. But those really aren't even the main threats of this zone. What is going to be the main threat is the electrical wiring that is littered throughout the entire zone. So that's going to be fun. Ah, okay, okay. Alright, let's just pop in there. Okay, now let me see if I can do this right. There we go. Okay, that time jump is a little bit tricky to pull off there. And granted, there is another way to do it, but I don't know. The earliest convenience you can get, you might as well. And here's that electrical wiring. Ooh, we do not want to be touching that. That'll hurt like hell. Okay, so I do gotta go this way then. Okay. well. Alright, wait for this one to come down. Ooh, that's not good, that's not good. Though granted, I don't even know why I'm worrying. I don't need to worry about getting enough rings anymore. Well, actually, yeah, I do know why. It's second nature. Let me see here. Okay, oh. There we go. Alright, get rid of the Metal Sonic hologram right there. And now let's go for the spot where the robot generator is. So we'll just shimmy on over to here. And then we just stay in here. Again, this game makes you think outside the box because you think, oh, moving piston, that'll probably kill me? Yeah, I better avoid that. But no, in this case, you need to stay on top of it. Okay, come on. Thank you. I'm gonna wait. There we go. Alright, now we're in the clear. We're gonna go ahead and make our way down. Oh, that's not good. If I can avoid getting hit, then damn it, I'm gonna try. Alright, good. We're almost to the end of the act. Alright. So far, so good. Alright. So let me see if I can pull this off. Oh, you damn little... Probably shouldn't risk it. I need a ring. I need a ring. Please tell me there's still one around here. Yes, there is. Okay, so now I could go up there, but... Let me just get over to here. Come on. There we go. We're just gonna come on over to here. And there should be a pass post somewhere around... There we go. Alright, you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. I will take it. Oh, wait a minute. Well, son of a bitch. Okay, well, there goes that idea. It's okay, though. There's still another chance. We just gotta come down to here. Ooh, okay, I'll take that. Even though I'm gonna lose the shield as soon as I time warp, but okay. Alright, there we go. Now I'm gonna have to try and get out of this thing, because, I'm kind of stuck. Alright, so... I want to come on up to here. Because wouldn't you know, they pull another fast one on us. So if you want to find the robot generator, you gotta go all the way back to the start of the act. Right there. Luckily, that's the last time they pull that shit. Okay, now, let us proceed. I'll take those rings for good luck. Okay, wait, hold on. I can't help myself. If I was close to 100 rings, damn it, I was gonna take it. Oh, okay, well, I'll take that also. Okay, this is gonna be a bit tricky to get to the Metal Sonic hologram. Okay, or maybe not. Oh, okay, that was close. And now we'll go this way. So let's come on up to here. And we're in the clear. If I can just make it across here. There we go. All right. We are getting closer to the end. And apart from that one little hiccup we had earlier in the special stage, we're going along pretty well. Oh, wow. It's almost 4 in the morning. Damn. All right. So let's see what we can do here. I'll take that. All right, let's come on up to here. And I want to get on this platform and come on over to the left. Whole bunch of goodies. And again, I don't have to necessarily do this stuff, but again, just, you know, go ahead and pad these things out, because the third act in these games are short as hell, so, I mean, why not? They rarely get any exposure, if any. Alright, I'll take the invincibility, thank you. Okay, come on. Then I'll jump onto here. Okay, let's see if I can slip into this hidden little alcove here. There we go. This little alcove is tricky as hell to get into. Okay, now I just want to get that one little straggler there. Thank you. There we go. Alright, now to deal with the egg raiser. So we just go ahead and land one hit on Robotnik. Then he starts drilling up into the upper platforms to where we need to go ahead and use the electric current to ride these on up. But do be careful, otherwise you will get shocked. It will hurt and it sucks. And then we just repeat the process. Though we want to come on over to this side first. And then when he starts drilling up into the ceiling itself, yeah, the spikes off the egg raiser falls off. So, Need to avoid those. Alright. But we've gone ahead and taken Robotnik down here. And with that, that is the last flower prison of the game. So that pretty much all checks out right there. But we still got 2 more zones to speed on through. But now on to my favorite zone of this game. Welcome to Stardust Speedway. I just love Stardust Speedway Zone. It's just so damn fun. And as for the bandits we have here, we have Dango, Flash Flyer, Flyby, and Swarmy. And luckily for us, this is the last zone of the game to have the Metal Sonic holograms. So our job is almost done there. Oh, damn, really? There we go. Almost screwed that time jump up. Okay, no, I do not want to hit that. Let's just come on over to here. Alright, pass through that. And here's where the robot generator would be. Oh, no you don't. Get back over here. Alright. Let's see. Where the hell am I at? It's gotta be around here somewhere. Did I pass it by? Yes, I did. Alright, there we go. Only bad thing about Stardust Speedway Zone, it is very easy to get lost in this place. Other than that, though, it's a pretty smooth journey. Alright, there we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and come on over to here. Oh, come here. Those hover bees can be very annoying. But hey, lucky for us, easy time jump. Alright. And even more lucky for us, the remains of the robot generator is right there. Ooh, okay, that was close. Okay, now I gotta get to the Metal Sonic hologram. Yep, nope. Ah, damn it. Okay. There we go. I'll come over to here. And here it is. Alright, and with that, we have scrapped all the Metal Sonic holograms. Though, now we gotta get out of this spot. Okay, that works. I didn't get enough speed as I wanted, but alright. Okay, that works. That works. Alright, careful. Alright, and here we have the Stardust Citadel. If this was the present or the bad future, it would be a giant Robotnik statue. So, yeah, he's got a bit of an ego. But if you think it can't get any bigger, wait until next game. Alright, but at least we can go ahead and complete things without any more issue. Let's just come on over to here. Come on. Thank you. Alright. We're slowly approaching the home stretch. We just got one other thing to do. First things first, I'm going to go ahead and try and get as many rings as I can. Just for the hell of it. I love launching off the ramp like that. I really do. Even with how wonky this game's physics can be. Alright, so we'll just come on right on over here to the right. And it's time to face off against Metal Sonic. So let's get ready to race. But it's not going to be easy because not only can Metal use a charge attack to try and catch up with us, he will slow down and create a force field around his body that can easily harm us. And on top of that, Robotnik has an instant kill laser. Okay, well, there goes the no death run. Oh, well. There's always another time. Always another time. But hey, at least now you know that I'm not bullshitting on the instant kill stuff. Okay, let's do this again, shall we? Let's get a nice burst of speed built up. Careful. Alright. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Use the incline to get a good burst of speed to just get ahead of him. Stay away, Metal. Stay the hell away. Alright. Upper shortcut. I'll take it. Ooh, that was close. But you know what? That's even better. So yeah, Metal goes careening right into a wall. And we finally end up saving Amy. But we're not done yet. We still need to liberate Little Planet. So our journey's not over yet. Next up, Metallic Madness Zone. And as for the bandits we got here, we have Mekabuto, B-Mace, Scarab, Dango, Big Bomb, and Flash Flyer. But if there is one way to describe this zone, it is essentially Scrap Brain Zone on steroids. That's the best way to put it. But luckily, as I said, there are no more Metal Sonic holograms, but we are going to go ahead and show off where the robot generators are. if I can just get up to the top route here. There we go. Because again, I like to be thorough, you know? Alright. So, let's go ahead and... Whoa, easy there. Okay, I thought I was going to land on a bed of spikes there for a second. Okay, well, I just ate my own words there. Alright, careful. So I need to wait for that moving pole to have its lower blades retracted. And then let's just come on over to here. Alright. Oh, come the hell on, I was right there. There we go. And the generator will be in this little alcove. Alright. Now let's go ahead and get out of here. Ooh, that was close. I could have went right into those spikes. Springs on wheels. Okay, let's come on over to here. And remember, do keep in mind, if you still are missing any time stones, you can still access the Temporal Dimension Special Stage here in Metallic Madness Zone, so do keep that in mind. And also, the game does have a save feature, so whenever you beat the game, it'll automatically restart you from Metallic Madness Zone, so if you want to, you can just go ahead and strive and keep going after the time stones if you want. It's entirely possible. Okay, so for this robot generator, it's going to be a little tricky. Getting to it's not the issue. Clearing the act is. Come on. Okay, hold on. Let's try this again. Okay, there we go. Alright. Time for a time jump. Our adventure here on Little Planet is slowly coming to a close. And there's Big Bomb. Just don't get hit by the projectiles. Those things hurt. Alright. So we'll just come on over to here. And the final robot generator is hiding right up here. So now the hard part. We need to get back to the present because due to a nasty glitch, there's actually no way to clear Metallic Madness Zone in the past. So we need to get to the future. Or at least back to the present. Come on, I have pulled this off before. What the hell? Am I just... Okay, seriously, what the hell? There we go. I was saying, I have done this before, no issue. Okay, careful, careful. Okay, well. And I can't get back up there, can I? Well, damn. Okay, I need to find an alternate way out of here, then. I know of one easy sweet spot that I can use, but I'm a bit foggy of how to get to it. Actually, I think it may be right there. Okay, good, good, good. Wait, hold it, hold it. Okay, I think I remember how. I think I remember how. There we go. Is it this way? I don't think it is. Nope, it's not that way either. Or wait a minute, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Here it is. There we go. Took a bit to find it, but we found it. Okay, let's get the hell out of here. Okay, so yeah, the reason why we had to get back into the present is because in the past there was a spring up here that is basically bugged and it can't shoot you all the way up to where you need to get. So yeah, you're basically soft locked. Though it's only a bug present in the original version of the game. In all other versions after, it's fixed. But it's only an issue with the Sega CD original. Okay, didn't like how I had to burn through so much time, but nah, it is what it is. I'll take that shield, though. And then I will promptly lose it. Okay, well. That sucks. It's alright. It's alright. Just gotta use this thing to walk ourselves over. Let Big Bomb blow itself up. And now the highlight of the zone itself. Chibi Sonic. Isn't he cute? Alright. Whoa, no, wait, hold it, hold it. Okay, I gotta hurry. I'm running short on time here. There we go. Alright, we're getting closer to the end. Just need to make sure not to get crushed. Alright, good. We are in the home stretch. We just gotta let that Big Bomb blow itself up. Okay, well, that was a miscalculation on my part. There we go. Okay, now I just gotta wait for these falling platforms and just jump on through the gaps. feel free to take small jumps, that way you can judge where they're going to fall from. Alright. We're getting close to the end. We just got one last hurdle to jump through. Now on to Act 3. So, one thing to note here. There is a extra life sitting right over here. Keep it in mind. Chances are your ass is gonna need it. And not for the boss. Oh, no, 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 no. The boss is easy. There's another reason why you need to keep it in mind. But first, we're just gonna make our way through here. Alright, there we go. This is why you want to keep the extra life in mind. We got a bottomless pit right below us. Ooh, but luckily, we made it through. I'll take those. And I mean, there is some footing in that pit, but they do collapse, so I wouldn't risk it. Okay, now I gotta take care of this flash flyer. Then we got two more. Easy as that. And now it's time to take on the egg spinner. So if we wanted to, we could lose the shield and get in an easy hit, but nah, we're gonna show how to systemically tear this thing down bit by bit. So yeah, Robotnik will fly around. He will use them as little legs somewhat to just inch across the floor. Then he'll fire them up, so watch out, otherwise it'll be raining blades. Then wait until he extends them and leaves himself wide open. So yeah, the more damage you do, the easier the egg spinner is to deal with. Careful. Okay, you know what? Fine, fine. I was on point, but I guess the game's hitbox thought otherwise. Ooh, that was close. Alright, he just got one blade left. Careful, careful. And with the last blade, he uses it as a makeshift pogo stick. But it doesn't get the job done. And with that, we are done with Sonic the Hedgehog CD. Good ending all around. I can't help myself. And for all of our hard work, Little Planet gives us one last parting gift. So yeah, that was Sonic the Hedgehog CD. Again, it was a game not very many people played back when it first came out, solely due to the fact it was released for a console add-on that cost almost $300. So again, not many people had the chance to play it, and it wasn't until 2005 that it got re-released on Sonic Gems Collection that basically a more wider audience finally had access to what many considered the holy grail of Sonic games for the longest time. And I'll say, first time I played it, I had a hell of a time. Even if I got through Palm Tree Panic Zone, the next thing you know, power outage knocks out the power in my best friend's neighborhood. So we just went ahead and packed our shit up and went over to my grandma's and just spent that whole night playing as far as we could. And man, was it a blast. But again, it's a game that not many people had the chance to play. It's definitely worth the small little investment. Again, it's only about maybe an hour and 30 minutes long if you go for everything. And while it's vastly different than from what comes after it in terms of Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 and Knuckles, it's still its own unique thing. And really, I guess you could say that's its best charm. And plus, on top of that, as I said, it's got two different soundtracks, and both of them are just absolute bangers. So, yeah, luckily in this day and age, we have an even more accessible means to play it. And on top of that, having access to both soundtracks back to where in the old days, it vastly depended on what region you had the game in. So, again, it's in a much more wider form. It's available on Sonic Origins along with all the other games as well. So again, it's definitely worth your time. And plus, with the version that is in Sonic Origins, it's got a lot more bells and whistles and just a plethora of fixes and everything. So if you're in the mood for a more modern feel for it, go for that one. But if you do want to go ahead and get that old school feel, there is the original version of the game as well as the version that was on Gems Collection. So again, you've got a multitude of ways to play it, even though two of those options are pretty expensive in some cases. But I digress. I digress. I digress. Uh, but still, we did good. We did good. I do love how things went off. Granted, I kind of ate that death at the hands of Metal Sonic. Although, granted, honestly, Robotnik got that kill. Okay, Metal Sonic only got an assist for it. So, but hey, at least I did prove that I wasn't kidding. That it is a instant kill laser, regardless if you got rings or not. So, but other than that, besides that and the one failed time stone attempt, all things considered, things went off without a hitch, if I do say so myself. But that does mean that later on this weekend, we are going to be tackling Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and the first part of Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles. So those are going to be some major time sinks. Maybe not so much Sonic 2, but Sonic 3 and Knuckles, oh yeah, that one's definitely going to be a much more substantial stream. I can tell you that much right now. Especially depending on how things go, because for all I know, the game could decide to give me a hard time. You never really know. Because as I said, sometimes I'm doing so good, and the next thing you know, I feel like these games become self-aware, and they just do whatever they can to screw me over out of the best possible ending. And it's happened before. It's even gotten down to the very last wire. So yeah, hopefully we avoid any of those issues, and hopefully I have you all here for that as well. So other than that, things went off pretty good. Got another game down as we celebrate Sonic's upcoming 35th anniversary. 2 games down, still 100 plus more to go, but it's not like we're going to do all 100 games in 1 year. That'd be crazy. I would need to quit my job to do that. Still though, I had a fun time speeding on through this game. It was a joy, and again, it's something completely different from the other entries in the Classic series. And again, that's its charm, you know? It does things a bit differently, and honestly, I can appreciate that. I really can. But anyway, again, if you do want to be in the know-how for when I go live or for all my other projects, feel free to follow me over on X, over on Blue Sky. Feel free to join the Discord if you so wish. We'd be happy to have you, but let me see. I'm not even sure if there's anyone we can even raid right now. Let me take a look. I mean, it is almost 4:30 in the morning, so probably not going to be that many. But we'll see. If not, then we'll call it done. Actually, yeah, that is probably looking to be the case. Nothing really grabs my eye right now, so yeah, I guess it's okay to go ahead and leave things at that for now. Seems about right. So, with that in mind, for those of you watching from afar, I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. For all those that popped in, was glad to have you here, and I hope you also had yourself a pretty good time as well. And I hope to have you all back next time. So, until then, thank you all for watching. I hope you all have been enjoying yourselves thus far, and I will see you all again later. Take care.